Facebook. What's up? It's your boy Jay Richards here. You are tuned in to another episode of Jay's Spot. Episode 17. Yo, we doing it. We on episode 17. I salute all those that tune in each and every Tuesday. I mean, tonight is Wednesday because I had a little emergency yesterday on Tuesday, so I couldn't air on Tuesday, but it was only right that I bring y'all this episode tonight. So, I can't stay away from my fans. I can't stay away from my supporters. I'm grinding. So, it was only fair that I bring this episode tonight. But thank you for all those who took the time out to still, who's taking the time out to still tune in tonight. I truly appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. Like I said, we on episode 17. And for my episodes, like lately for my couple of my past episodes, I'm trying to go in a different direction. Still, I'm still bringing that raw and that positive energy. But lately I'm seeing like these kids out here, like there's so many misguided kids out here in the world, and it's taking effect on me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, it's taking effect on me because it's bothering me, because so many parents out here in the world are being selfish. They're not even putting their kids first. And when I say that, they're getting in new relationships and they're, putting the boyfriend or the new boyfriend or the new girlfriend before their kids. And that's something like I really can't get with. That's something that like really bothers me, because you don't know how long your relationship with this new person is going to go, but you're bringing them around your kids so soon, so early, confusing the kids. Like, okay, granted, the kids could be grown. They could be when I say grown, they could be 9-10 years old. They have a little sense of understanding, but why do you want to even put your kids through that? If you kicking it with someone, you kick it with that person. Like, do it when your kids are not around. I mean, personally, how I feel. Like, I feel you should take time before you bring a new man or a new woman around your kids, because you don't know where that's gonna go. So you bringing this man or this woman around your kids, but you don't know where it's gonna go and how long it's gonna last. And then your kids got to be seeing these new different faces. So I say all that to say, like, we got to do better. We got this being selfish shit that's going on. It got to stop. If you love your kids like you say you love your kids, and your kids are first like you say, show it, prove it. Like, real talk, prove it. So with a lot of my episodes, like, I'm going to be focusing on like the kids and the directions that these kids are going and their growth, and it's so much. And it's crazy because for me growing up, I didn't have people like this. Well, we all know at those times, back in them times, like YouTube wasn't even thought of, but I didn't have someone like doing episodes like this and talking about positive things and stuff that you could really take heed to and listen to and be like, yo, I should listen to what that man is saying. Like, his advice is helping me, or it could help me, or it could help someone else. So like, I feel good about these episodes that I've been doing. I really feel good about it. Like, I feel it's going in the right direction. I feel everything takes time. Nothing happens overnight. Like, the other day, someone asked me like, "Oh, you should try going into a podcast." I kept it real. I told him, I was like, I don't think I'm ready for a podcast right now. I don't think. Like, I'm still growing. I'm still crawling. When I'm walking, then, we could talk something, we could work something out, and I'll jump into a podcast. But at this present time, like, I'm still crawling. I'm still crawling. Although I get the support that I get from people, and they tell me, yo, keep going, keep pushing, keep doing you. Although I get that, I don't want to burn my bridges. I don't want to hang my, like in the West Indians the West Indian community, like, I don't want to hang my hat too high that I can't reach. So I'm going to do what I know I could do fit. And then when I start walking, then, we could work something out about a podcast. Brown, salute, brother, salute. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. But more important, like, tonight's episode, what I'm going to be talking about is like broken homes versus stable homes, and the effect that it has on the children's growth. So we're gonna like try to break it down, like the broken homes and the stable homes, and like what the two do to the kids. Because like I keep saying, like I keep stressing it, man, these kids are our future. These kids need to be put first. They didn't ask to be here. They did not ask to be here. So while they are here, we need to set the right example. We need to set the right foundation for these children. Because too many kids out are doing the wrong shit, following the wrong crowd, and all that comes because they have nobody to talk to them. They have no one to guide them. These parents just getting into these new relationships and forgetting about their kids. Or these parents not even trying to work out their relationship for their kids. Now, granted, a lot of people say, I hear this a lot. A lot of people say you shouldn't try to work the relationship out for the kids. I hear that a lot. Granted, that's good. Everybody has their own opinion. Granted, but I do feel in my heart that both parents should at least come to a medium grounds, so these kids don't see y'all bickering. Y'all can't be in the same room around one another. Like, these kids pick up on these body languages. And the parents, that's the older people, you would think they would have common sense and be like, yo, let me be cordial around my baby father, or let me be cordial around my baby mother for the sake of our kids. Kids pick up on bad energy. They do. They pick up on bad energy. And when you moving like bugged out and stuff like that in front of your kids, see that. And then they're going and having little conversations with their friends and telling their friends, well, yeah, blah, 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 my daddy, my mom, they can't be in the same room. They can't get along. This, that, and the third, whatever. Kids pick up on a lot. They might not say anything, but they pick up on a lot. So for all those that's tuning in now, like, if you can, I always ask you for every episode, if you can, at the bottom of your screen, just click that share button so we could share this topic. We could share this episode. We could share this to all your Facebook on your Facebook list. Cause I'm really doing this. I'm not even like all these episodes. I'm not even doing them for me. I'm doing them to get out there to the people who really need this energy that I'm bringing. It's not really about me. It's not about Jay. I'm just trying to bring that message that nobody else is going to bring. I'm trying to talk about things nobody else is going to talk about. I'm trying to uplift these kids, man. I'm trying to uplift them. Because it's so much going on out here in these world. These kids are dying left and right. These kids going down the wrong path. And why are they going down the wrong path? Because they don't have guidance. They don't have nobody talking to them. They don't have nobody pushing them in the right direction. All they have people telling them is, yo, come here. Come sell some drugs for me. Or, yo, here, go take this gun. Go put that work in for me. Why are you telling them to do the negative, but not the positive? Like, I don't get it. You telling these kids to pick up a gun and go clap this person. You telling these kids to go pick up a package and go sell on this corner. But you're ruining their lives slowly but surely. You know what comes after giving this kid a gun. You know what comes after giving that kid a package to go sell. One or two reasons. He going to get killed or he going to go to jail. And when he go to jail, he might go to jail for a long time. And we all know when he gets killed, when he or she gets killed, like, it's no coming back from that. B2B, salute. So we gonna like a lot of the like some of the stuff like I really had to like research. Like I really had to research like some information because a lot of information I had in my head, I was right, but I still say, I'm gonna dig a little deeper because this topic, like I really wanted to touch people and parents that's doing craziness. If you're doing craziness, I want this topic to touch you. If you being selfish, I want this topic to touch you. If you're not putting your kids first, I want this topic to touch you. Point blank, period. Because you're not a parent if you're putting a man or a woman before your kids. I can't even respect you. I cannot respect you. And there's a lot of people out here that I don't respect, and they have kids, and you'll see them with the new Jordans on. You'll see them with the new Jordans on. You'll see them with the new Gucci sneakers, the new Gucci flip-flops. But what they kids wearing? Look at see kids wearing. When you see their kids, not to down like Old Navy and Children's Place, not to down all of that, but their kids wearing that. The same way you could buy them sneakers and Gucci flip-flops. Why you can't go up in Macy's and buy your kids a nice little polo outfit or a nice little Coogee outfit? Like, so you as the parent gotta look fly, but your kid gotta look like regular. People priorities nowadays is backwards, man. Your kids should be the ones looking fly and you should be the one looking regular. Point blank, period. But we're going to get further into this topic. Like I said, like we're talking about broken homes versus stable homes and the effect that it has on the children's growth. Now, for a lot of parents, they rather go to like with society, how the statistic rate is crazy. It is really crazy. Because a lot of parents rather go the broken route. They rather break up a home rather than see their kids grow happy and see their kids grow healthy and see their kids grow normal. Ain't that crazy? Like they rather go that route. And like with some of the information that I came across, like for example, like this right here, I came across. Well, before I get into that, I see a comment just came in. Oh, Brown, you hit me with a long one, brother. But I'm gonna read your comment before I get into the information. It says a broken home has a greater percentage of children to fail. That's true. That's true, and I got that right here on the information that I came across. A broken home has a greater percentage of children to fail because there is no parental guidance from both parents. It's only one person doing a job designed for two. That's also true. Depending on the strength of the parent in the broken home, depending on the strength of the parent in the broken home can really determine what the outcome of the child or children will be in a lot of ways. The thing with a broken home, those children are mostly around a community or a housing project or a neighborhood of broken homes. Also true. And it's sad too. Which has a great influence on the children because a bunch of the children coming from broken home breeds gangs and lack of major guidance. Brown, you are absolutely right, man. You are absolutely right. You are more than right. And it's a sad, if I would have read the comment, I mean, if I'd have read my information, it would have pretty much been what you're telling me right here. But that's true. Like the percent, like you heard what you just said, the broken home has a greater percentage of children to fail. Like that should make these parents out here open up their eyes and be like, yo, let me try to work it out with my baby father or my baby mother for the sake of our kids or our kid. Like that alone right there, a broken home has a greater percentage of children to fail. So if you know broken homes has a greater percentage to fail, like why do you want to put your kids down that path? Like why you want your kids to go down that path? And it's true, like, depending on, like you said, depending on the strength of a parent in a broken home, it could really determine the outcome of the child. It can really determine the outcome of the child because, granted, it take two. It take two parents to make a kid. Two. So why does it have to be one taking care of the kid and one doing two roles? It should be both. It should not be one. It should be both. Now, granted, you have some parents out there like they weren't ready to be a parent or be a mother or father. Granted. So some of them take the easy way out. They either don't want to have anything to do with the kid or they just don't be in the kid's life. Sorry. They take the easy way out. Now, if you know if you know what you're doing has consequences, right? And you know you're not ready to live up to them consequences, why go down that route? If you wasn't ready to be a parent, why go down that route of potentially becoming a parent? That's what I really want to know. And I don't get that with parents nowadays. Like, they make these kids and the next thing you know, they run and they aborting them. Then they kicking them to the curb or they don't want to be in their lives. Everything us as parents are doing, these kids are watching and they seeing it. So to break this cycle, like, why we can't just come together and be like, yo, I don't want to be selfish anymore. I want my kids to have more. Because in my eyes, I would want my kids to have more. I wouldn't want my kids to be subject to not having that proper upbringing, that proper loving, that proper caring, that with a kid only know one side of the family, like only the mother side and not the father side, or the father side and not the mother side. These kids out here nowadays, they are hurting, and they really are looking for guidance and help. But some of these parents, they be too selfish and they just like, yeah, I'm not with the father, or yeah, I'm not with the mother, but you're hurting the kids in the middle. You are really hurting the kids in the middle. Just like another, it was something else Brown had said that I was trying to catch, okay. So with Brown comment, he has said a great influence on the children because a bunch of children coming from broken home breeds gangs and lack of major guidance. And that's true. So a bunch of kids coming together, right? All from broken homes. All from broken homes. You already know what path they're going down. Because then they don't have the major guidance that they need. That's one. So because they don't have the major guidance that they need, they automatically think joining a gang or selling drugs for the big homie on their block or going to rob the old lady with the purse. They automatically think that's cool when it's not cool. Because had they had that guidance, they would know right from wrong and know, like, no, I'm not selling no for you. No, I'm not picking up no gun and go shooting nobody for you. No one for you. No, I'm not going to rob that old lady. They would have that guidance and they would know right from wrong. And it's sad that it looks like that kids from projects automatically turn to guns and gangs. Like, it's sad that it's stereotyped like that. Sorry. It's sad, but like they always say, like, if it's a duck, if it walk like a duck, quack like a duck, what is it? It's a duck, right? So it's like, you got to put we got to do better. Like, we really have to do better. Now, granted, some parents get together and from they got together, it wasn't going to work from jump. But if you know it wasn't going to work from jump, then why take the condom off? Why? Because all you're doing is it's a possibility you're bringing a kid into this world. You're bringing a kid into a broken home. How about that? You're bringing a kid into a broken home from before it even started. What sense does that make? What sense does that make? Like, from Cruz, yes, but when you have been beaten and not being appreciated, you have no choice than to leave and raise them to the best of your ability. Yes, that's true, Cruz. That is true. See, in situations like that, you have no choice. You have no choice but to leave. You have no choice because you shouldn't stick around to continue to be abused, to be beaten, to be mistreated, to be verbally abused. Like you don't for situations like that. Yes, you must take the kids and leave. You must, because you don't want them kids to grow up to see that. Because that's another thing too, right there, Cruz. That's another thing right there. If kids are seeing the father beating on the mother constantly, especially for a girl child, the girl is going to feel automatically when she get older and she get with a guy and he beats on her, she's going to think it's okay for the simple fact she saw her father beating on her mother constantly. So already her head right there already is like brainwashed already because she think that that's the way to go. And it's not. A man should not be putting his hands on his girlfriend, his baby, his wife. He should not. Because that's not a man. That is not a man. Because the same way you could put your hands on a woman, go do it to a man. Go put your hands on a man and see where your hands really is at. Go shake with a man. Go get it shaking with a man on the streets. But you putting the hands on a woman who you know is not going to hit you back, who you know is not going to tell the cops on you because she's scared you might hurt her. Like, come on. You already won already as the man. You already won because you know you putting fear into her heart. Like, that's whack and that's lame. So, Cruz, for that right there, yeah, if the woman is getting beaten and abused and mistreated and kids are involved, yes, you must leave. You should not stick around. And that's what a lot of women go wrong at. A lot of women, I'm not going to lie, a lot of women go wrong. They'll be in a relationship with someone that's beating the mess out of them. And they'll stick around. But you're sticking around, why? Because, oh, he loves me. He loves me. He this, he that. Like, no. Because love wouldn't beat you. Point blank, period. Love would not beat you. It is what it is. Brown. A stable home is more functional in many ways because both parents have a common goal for the child or children, and that is for them to succeed or to be successful. A stable home does not have a lot of dysfunction. There is more positive energy in the household. Most children become what they are around. Brown, all of that, you beating me to the point, so I'm gonna have to beat you to the point, Brown, because all of that I have right here, as well as I had in my mind as well. But that's true. Like a stable home, like it's more functional. When you have a stable home, it's more functional. I know it sounds like I'm jumping from broken home, but Brown, you beat me to the punch, so I gotta jump on that topic. Like I gotta jump on it, but then I'm gonna jump back to broken home. But yes, a stable home is more functional because also, where is it? I'm sorry. Where is it? Okay, this is kind of something of what you just said, Brown. Children and teens who grow up in a broken home. Children and teens who grow up in a broken home are nothing like kids who are raised by both of their biological parents. They are individuals who are at an advantage in life. Like they're at an advantage in life. Like when they grow up in a stable home, because already right there they have that foundation. They know, they see what's going on in their household. They see everything is cool. They see they have both biological parents. They see the love is there, the caring is there, the positive energy is there. Right alone, that right there, they're gonna grow on that positive level because they have that foundation. Now, opposed to a kid growing up in a broken home who's constantly hearing his mother and father fighting, who's constantly hearing or seeing the mother crying, who's constantly seeing the mother like with bruises on her face. That alone right there, that's a broken home, and the kid is already gonna grow with a negative mind frame. So it's a kid growing up in a stable home has a greater advantage than a kid that's growing up in a broken home. Because that kid is the stable home child is growing up already on the right path already. Because he or she is not seeing any negativity. They're not seeing no bad energy, no bad vibes. Like both parents are talking to the kid, boy or girl. I'm sorry, boy or girl. So already they have a greater advantage opposed to a kid that's coming from a broken home. The kid coming from a broken home already lost. He or she already has lost. Now, yes, they can bounce back from that, but then that's where counseling come in. That's where psychological help comes in. Like you see what I'm getting at? Like it's the positive should be what's winning in this world nowadays, but it's not. It's the negative. The negative is what's taking over. And these parents out here are being selfish and putting a man or a woman before their own kids. That's not cool. That is not cool. From Cruz, thank you, my friend. God bless. Salute. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for, showing your love and support. Broken homes produce many children that give into peer pressure. They look for ways to fit in. That's true. Usually these ways aren't always the best options. However, without proper guidance and structure, it seems easier to fit in. It seems easier to fit into whatever their peers are doing, be legal or illegal. Tisha, that's true. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. And it's crazy because you see what a broken home produces. You see what it produces already. Off a jump, you see what it produces. So why would you want your kids to go through that? Like, why? Like, the other day, this was a while back. I'm sorry, this was a while back, but it's just that it just came to my head now. Earlier when I was thinking about my topic or whatever. Thinking about getting ready for my show tonight. I came across a lot of kids back in this was a while back, but I came across some kids that one kid came from a broken home already, because I knew that from jump, because I knew both parents, the mother and father. So that kid that came from the broken home, he was always into the mischievous things. Like, he was always into lighting paper. Like, he want to light paper on fire. He want to light a garbage on fire. He want to throw rocks that's driving by. Now, that kid right there came from a broken home. Like I said. Now, something went wrong in that home. Why he's moving the way he's moving, correct? Something went wrong, because if something did not go wrong in that household, he would not be like that. He would not be into the evil, like, malicious things. Like, he would not be like that. And the mother, because like I always say, I would never put people on Front Street on my episodes, but the mother knew the route he was going down. You think she tried to help him? No, she didn't. You think the father tried to help him? No, he didn't. And that same kid, he came across some shit in the streets. He came across some shit, like he was jumped. If I remember correct, he was shot. If he wasn't shot, he was definitely jumped. I know he was definitely jumped. But both parents, you think they would have tried to help him and get him like help that he needs? Or you think they would have tried to come to a medium ground to set a good foundation for him, already knowing both parents aren't really in the same household. They already on bad terms already. You think they would try to come together and help that kid out? Help that child out? No. Now here's the flip thing. Here's another incident or another situation. It's another kid that I know that came from a stable home. And I talked about this person before. If y'all would pay attention to my episode, y'all would kind of know who I'm talking about. But there was another kid who came from a stable home. He had both mother and fathers. Both mother and father. Mother had a good job. Father had a good job. Father was always there for his kid, for that kid. That kid did not do no wrong because that kid had that foundation planted out for him. Both mother and father was in the picture, so they taught him right from wrong. So when the first kid, because both the kids know each other, by the way, both kids know each other. When that kid was like, get other friends like, yo, let's go light this garbage can. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. That kid that had the stable home, he wasn't with it. He was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna just stay here and ride my bike, or I'm gonna just stay here and play with my Nintendo, my Game Boy. I know a lot of y'all remember Game Boy, the little handheld box looking game. So he had that foundation, like he had a good stable home. So he knew right from wrong. And that's kind of what Tisha was saying to your comment. Like, once you build that guidance, that structure, and you teach that kid right from wrong, that kid won't fail you. Now, granted, he or she might slip up, have a little couple of run-ins, get bagged, but whatever. But then they'll shape right back up because they remember what their parents taught them. And not only do they remember what their parents taught them, they remember like just right from wrong. Like they know right from like, oh, this that I'm doing is not right, so let me stop it. Like once you produce that energy and that positive into your children and show them and teach them right from wrong, they can't fail you. They cannot fail you. And a lot of kids out here in this world today are misguided. Like I'm telling you, misguided to the T. They are misguided. But that shows that these parents are just selfish because they're not even trying to help their kids. They're not even trying to help their kids. Comment from Brown. A broken home is exactly what it is. Anything that is broken mean that there is no togetherness. Pieces of something are not together. In order for something to be stable, there has to be an abundance of togetherness. Point blank, period. You're absolutely right. A broken home is exactly what it is. But why? Like that's the question I just don't get, Brown. Like why? Why these people want to go that route of raising their kids in broken homes? Now, like I said a little while ago to, I believe, Cruz, if you're getting beat by your significant other, by your kid's father, if you're getting beat, abused, whatever, that right there is grounds for you to leave. You do not want to stick around and let your kids witness that and see that and grow up with that in their mind, because that's going to mess them up mentally. That is going to mess them up mentally. Mentally, that's going to mess them up. And then you're going to have a bigger job on your hand, because then your kids are going to be walking around like zombies going crazy. And for that right there, listen to this right here. Children from broken homes, nine times are more likely to commit a crime than those who are brought up in a stable home. You hear that? 9 times are more likely to commit a crime. So it's like, why do you your kids go down that path? Like, if you and the father, the kid's father, y'all not seeing eye to eye, whatever, come to terms for the sake of those kids. For the sake of those kids, like, put whatever it is behind you and work it out for those kids. Let them see love there. Once a child see love there between two parents, they're going to know, like, okay, this is what love is about. They might not be together, whatever, like, you might shelter that from your kids. You might not tell them you're not together, but we all know from the father move out or the mother move out, the kid already is going to start questioning, like, yo, why daddy not living here anymore? Why mommy not living here anymore? So, questions going to come into their brain, and then, they're going to put 2 and 2 together, because, come on, they're in school, they're learning, they're hearing about things. They're going to put 2 and 2 together. They're not stupid. But children from broken homes 9 times are more likely to commit a crime than those who are brought up in a stable home. Like, that is deep right there. That is deep. That is deep, and it hurts. Because you have some parents out here who who say, yeah, I'm a good parent, I'm a good mother, I'm a good father, I'm a this, that, and the third. But are you really? Because in my eyes, you gonna put your kids first. That's what I call a good parent. You gonna put your kids first by any means, no way, shape, or form. Like, you gonna put your kids first. You're not gonna let somebody just come into the picture and brainwash you and put your kids last. Like that kills me. When these parents put their kids last for a man or for a new man or a new woman. That shit irks my nerves. And there's a lot of kids out there that I personally know who parents put them last. And those kids that I know personally, they're coming from broken homes. Because they're not getting, money from their parents. So what they doing? They going out there and they stealing. They're going into Macy's. They're going into Bloomingdale's. They're going into the Atrium store. They're going into Vinny's. Like, they're not getting what they want from their parents, so they're doomed from right then and there. They doomed. Because their parents was putting them first. I mean, the parents was putting that new boyfriend first or that new girlfriend first. And that kid has to be last. Like, that's bugged out to me. That is really bugged out to me. Grant, salute. Salute. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you. I appreciate that. But here's something else, like children coming from a broken home. Children from broken homes are 5 times more likely to have mental troubles. And that comes from a government study. Now you heard that right there? Children from broken homes are 5 times more likely to suffer from mental troubles. And that's from a government study right there. Like, when kids suffer mentally, like deal with depression and the fact that their parents aren't together anymore, that is a tough pill to swallow. That is a tough pill to swallow. Because then this is what comes up now. You have again, am I the reason mommy and daddy not together? And that right there is a bad reason all in itself, because the kids are gonna feel like that. They're gonna feel like, oh, mommy and daddy not together because of me. Knowing it ain't have anything to do with the child, but that's how these kids are gonna perceive it and take it as. They're gonna take it as, oh, I'm the reason mommy and daddy not together. Oh, I shouldn't have been born. Like, I've heard this from kids. I've literally heard this come out of kids' mouths. Just because their parents weren't together, they feel they were the reason that they're the reason. That's wrong. Like, mental troubles, like suffer from mental troubles. A lot of kids can't bounce back from that, because that will really mess a child up for life. Some kids don't bounce back from that, because once their mind is racing in a negative way, it's going to continue racing in that negative way if they don't get the help that they lack, that they need. Like, that's why I've always been a firm believer. If you and your kid's mother can't get along, or you and your kid's father can't get along, so be it. But let your kids see that there is still love there. Your kids will pick up on it. They're kids. They pick up on energy. Let them see that mommy and daddy can converse. Let them see mommy and daddy can laugh in front of each other. Don't let them see that it's bad blood between the two parents. Don't let the kids see that. Because once they see that, it's a wrap. Chances are you lost your child to mental troubles, or chances are, if you did lose your child to mental troubles, like, chances are he can bounce back. He or she can bounce back. But a lot of kids out here nowadays can't bounce back because they're hurt. They're hurting. They are hurting. Like before I started this episode tonight, I had got a phone call from a certain friend. You know, she called me to wish me luck on my episode tonight. And she was just giving me a little rundown of a situation she's going through. So basically the situation like her child, I'm not gonna say boy or girl because I'm not gonna, yeah. Her child has a little bit of a little issue with the father, right? Has a little issue with the father, and the child was at a young age when, you know, the parents split, and the child was about 7 or 8 years old. So that alone right there, like, you already know the kid is battling that because the kid is not around the father, the kid is around the mother. Now, the kid is around, the kid. So the kid is, you know, is fighting little questions in his or her head. The kid is fighting little questions like, you know, like, why this? Why daddy this? Or why daddy that? Or why this, that, and third? Now, it's up to the father, in my eyes, from my opinion, it's up to the father to try to fix that. And the reason why I say that is because you're not around. So you should be the one to pick up that phone, call your child every day, text your child every day, make time for your child every day. Like, that's what you need. That's what you should do. Point blank, period. That's what you should do. Because myself personally, I have a method for me and my son. And I've said this numerous times on my other episodes. The method I have for me and my son, like when my son comes in from school, my son is to call me. To call me or text me, but I preferably I like him, you know, when he calls me. When he calls me, you know, we have a little rundown of how school went. We have a little rundown how school went. Did you do your homework? Anything happened in class? Anything negative? Anything bad? You know, everything is cool. It's cool. That's the foundation I've created for my son and me. That's the foundation I've created. Because just because me and his mother are not together, that doesn't mean I have to abandon my child. And a lot of parents take that as the easy way out. When they're not with the parent, with the mother or the father, they take the easy way out. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to call that kid. I'm not going to call that daughter. And that's a coward. Like Jay is telling you that's a coward. That man is not a man. He's a coward. Because you helped make that child. You should be there and do your part for that child. Point blank, period. No sugarcoating it or anything. So, for all that being said, like a lot of parents are okay with this broken home shit. Like, how can you be okay with that? I just don't get it. Another comment from Tisha. Negative environments tend to brew negative kids. That's true. Positive environments tend to brew positive kids. That's also true. It takes a lot of counseling and remodeling. I'm guessing remodeling to help these kids get back on track. And most people don't even want to go through the work it would take to repair and prepare their kids. That's true. That's another thing too. I'm glad you brought that up, Tisha. That is very true. A lot of these parents don't put that work in. They don't want to put that effort in. They don't want to put that effort in to help fix their child or help rebuild a broken kid. But they have time and energy to do everything else. But they don't have time and energy to help repair or rebuild a kid that's broken. That's broken sometimes into pieces, or that's just broken. Whether it be broken in two or pieces. And when I say pieces, I mean like that kid is just like all out broken altogether. Like he or she is just mad at the world because it's not, his parents aren't together anymore. So that is very true. Like negative environments tend to brew negative kids, and positive environments tend to brew positive kids. That also comes into play. Like I salute all parents that when they have that time on their hands, they do things with their kids. They take, whether it's to take your kids to the movies, whether it's to take your kids to Carvel's to get some ice cream. The little things count for these kids. The little things count for these kids. Now, you might come across some parents, they feel money is more than spending time. I disagree. Spending time with your kids, to me, and if you approve of what I'm saying right now, you click that thumbs up button or that heart button, and you let me know you feel what I'm saying right now about what I'm about to say. Some parents feel giving the money is everything. But me personally, I disagree. I feel spending time with your kids is more than money, because that's priceless. That is priceless. Your kids will always have those fond memories of what they did with daddy or what they did with mommy. It's not going to always be about money and being materialistic. These kids want to know that they have their parents in their corner, whether mother or whether it's their father. So spending time with your kids, to me personally, is more than money. It is more than money. You have some parents out there who are just materialistic. Like they want to do everything money-wise for their kids. But you doing all of this stuff so you could just go put it on Snapchat, so you could just go put it on Instagram and Facebook and show off. But what's more important is you spending time with your kid. And that's another thing too that I'm training my son with. Like, time is more important than money. Spending time, like what me and you doing, like I'm talking like as if I'm talking to my son, like what me and my son doing, spending time, that's more than money. Because when he gets older, he's gonna remember like, oh, I remember when I was 8 years old, daddy took me to the circus. I remember when I was 9 years old, daddy took me to my first football game. I remember when I was 10 years old, daddy took me to my first basketball game. All of that he is gonna remember, or if it's all daughters, they will remember that. That will be in their head forever. Now, let's jump to the money side of things. You buy him or her a pair of Jordans. Yeah, it's gonna be fresh for like a week or two, but then when it gets dirty, then what? Then you gotta throw it away. So then your kid, he or she might remember like, yeah, daddy, I think bought me some sneakers, but when it comes to spending time, he or she will not get stuck on thinking about that. He or she will be like, oh yeah, I remember me and daddy did this, me and daddy did that, or me and mommy did this, me and mommy did that. Like, time is priceless. It is priceless. And I just pray and I really do pray, like, a lot of these parents out here get it together and mend whatever situations they got going on with the father or the father got going on with the mother. Like, mend it and put these kids first. Put these kids first. They deserve us. They need us. Don't turn your back and be selfish on your kids. Put your kids first, man. Like, I would respect parents more if they put their kids first and they help like mold their kids into being a man or a woman. Another thing too, a friend of mine's wanted me to just throw out there, like, parents you have parents that bash another parent to the kids. Stop that. Stop that. If you and that man or you and that woman don't get along, do not run the other parent's name in the dirt to the son or the daughter. Stop that right now. If you and that man didn't get along, so be it. Move on. But do not bash the one parent to the kid. Because then, like I said, like I've always been saying, these kids are like sponges. They absorb everything that is being said to them, or everything they're hearing, or everything they're seeing. Stop that. Stop bashing one parent to the other, to the kids. Stop that. Stop that. Like I said, I would throw that in there on my topic. So, I had to bring that up before I forgot. Like, just stop bashing one parent to the other, to the one parent, from one parent about the other parent to the kids. Stop that. Oh, Brian, you hit me with a long one. So if I'm reading this a little slow, Brian, it's because I can't. My eyes fail me sometimes. But I think there are an abundance of reasons why children are raised in broken homes. I believe people mimic what they see. Many men don't grow up with their fathers or broken. Many men don't grow up with fathers or broken homes, so it is like the norm to them to just walk away from their children, or not value the woman or not value the women who gave them a child. They don't know anything else. It is that right, or is an excuse because they grew up without a father? No, it is not. Many people who grow up in dysfunctional environments that will seem normal to them. I feel there has to be an abundance of healthy, stable home to be models for children. That's true. This is like what I said. This is what I like about the Cosby Show when it was aired on TV, because that was a model for black families. That is true. Absolutely. Shout out to the Cosby Show. That was a model for black families to follow in regards to following a stable household. What I mean about people coming from broken homes is, when the Cosby Show was on TV, many people who grew up in broken homes were stating that black people don't live like that. This is what I'm saying. When you grow up in a broken homes, you will believe this is how all households operate. Brown, that's true. Like, and I said that also too on one of my episodes about the Cosby Show. I idolized the Cosby Show. Like, I had idolized that with a passion. Like, I always felt Claire Huxtable was like the perfect mother. The perfect mother. Like, I always felt Claire was the perfect mother. Even to this day, I still feel she's the perfect mother. And I also used to feel Bill Cosby was the perfect father, because he kept it real. He kept it tall with his children. He kept it tall with them. And when I say tall, I am saying tall, Tall, because I know it might sound like something different that I'm saying, but I'm really saying tall. He kept it tall with his kids. Like, I idolized them for that show for many reasons, because, like you said, Brown, it showed me what a stable household looked like. Like, I felt when I used to watch the Cosby Show, like I was in those episodes. Like, that's just how I felt. Like, I felt like I was in those episodes. Because Bill Cosby, like, the type of father he was, it was like, damn, yo. He is a great father. He is a great father. And if that show, because I don't believe the Cosby Show is still on TV, we all know the reasons behind that, but if it is still on TV, like, I feel a lot of parents who want to be selfish should watch the Cosby Show. It is what it is. Because they should see you should put your kids first. You should be real with your kids. You should not bash your kids about one parent or whatever. But when you don't have that, or you don't see that, like, these kids only see negative. They think okay, it's cool to be negative. They think, oh, the broken home is the way to go. I grew up on a block where every child on my block was from a broken home. Ain't that crazy? Every child on my block was from a broken home. Only that one family that lived in my mother's building, who lived actually right next door to us. And I've spoken about this man before on a previous episode. And he go by the name of Mr. Calvin. He was the only one on my block that was still with his wife. He had set that foundation, that stable foundation. He was there for his kids, did for his kids, traveled with his kids. Like, he was my friends, like, they had it all grown up. They had it all grown up because they had both mother and fathers. They came from a stable home. But everyone else outside of my building, my mother's building at the time, everyone else was from a broken home. Everyone else was from a broken home. That's crazy, right? And like I said in the previous episodes, part of the reasons why I'm a great father to this day is because of that man, Mr. Calvin. Because of that man, Mr. Calvin. Part of the reason I'm a great father today is because of that man. Because and like I said, when you're a kid and you're growing up, you see things. So growing up, I used to see how he used to move with his family. So for me, of course, I said to myself, like, when I get older, I'm going to be like Mr. Calvin. I'm going to be a father just like Mr. Calvin. Now, I know I can't walk in his shoes just yet, but I'm close enough walking in them. I could tell you that much. I'm close enough walking in them. I am close enough walking in them. Something else I wanted to touch. Like this right here. Children and teens that grow up in a stable home are substantially different than those who do not grow up with their parents. Children and teens who are not victims of a broken home tend to perform better in school, sustain longer and healthier relationships, develop less psychological problems, and tend not to commit suicide. Like, did you just hear what I just said right there? Like, children and teens who are not victims of a broken home tend to perform better in school, sustain longer and healthier relationships, develop less psychological problems, and tend not to commit suicide. Like, all of that right there alone, if I know that that's what's going on when you deal, like, if you're going to have a broken home, I'm not going to go through a broken home. Because I wouldn't want my child to go through that. I wouldn't want my child to go through a broken home where it's chances that they'll develop psychological problems. They might try to commit suicide. Their grades will drop. They won't have a healthy relationship. Like, I wouldn't want nothing negative for my kids. I will only want the positive for my kids. Only the positive. Like I said, man, us as parents, we need to do better for our kids. We need to put our kids first. We need to put our kids first. Like, stop putting a man before your kids. Stop putting a woman before your kids. Put your kids first. Your kids need you. These kids of this generation today, they need us. And it's up to us to set that foundation and that positive path for these kids to bring them up the right way and not the wrong way. Because no parent wants to give birth to a child, and the next thing you know, God forbid, that child got killed because that child went down the wrong path. Or God forbid, next thing you know, that child sold a large quantity of drugs and got hit with like 50 years. Like no parent wants to go through that. One of the two. No parent. So from my heart to all those out there who catch wind of this episode, and if you share this episode on your wall, as I stated earlier when I started, like just click the share button at the bottom of the screen. I just want these kids to I'm sorry. I just want these kids to grow up the right way. It's too much kids growing up the negative way and not enough kids growing up the positive way. So for me, I'm going to fight and fight and fight for these children. It's so much I want to do for the kids, like whether it's to open up a community room, whether it's to open up something for the summer for the kids to come to just to occupy their time, where they don't have to go out there to them streets, where they don't have to turn to them corners, where they don't have to go into to Macy's and Bloomingdale's to steal just to look fly, just because they're peer pressured because their homeboy got the new Jordans or their homeboy got the new polo jacket. Like, I just want to uplift these kids, man. That's all. I want to uplift these kids and bring them up the right way. That's all I want. And what I would want from my viewers out there is for y'all to want the same for these kids. It's not going to be easy. Granted, it's not going to be easy because once a kid is broken, it's hard to repair a broken child. It is, but as long as you stay there and you fight and fight and fight, they can be fixed. Point blank period. They can be fixed. They can be fixed. But I went a little over my time, actually 5 minutes over my time. I want to thank everyone once again that tuned in to my episode tonight, episode 17. I really do hope like you can like share this topic on your wall. You could, go to the B2B website and you could just share it and put it on your wall. And I hope some of this could touch someone who really needs it. That's all I'm trying to do. I just want to touch people that really need this message or this information, whatever it is. I just hope it touched someone. Tisha, thank you. Great show. Thank you, Tisha. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. This was a touchy topic, in a way, because I just want these kids to grow the right way. I don't want to be hearing about no kid got murdered. I don't want to hear about no kid doing 50 to life. I want to hear that this kid or this young man or this young girl, they're on their way to college. They're on their way, they on their way to college. They're on their way doing something positive with themselves. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear these kids, oh, yo, he was outside last night. He had to let his gun off. He had to shoot up people. I don't want to hear all that. All that is whack. That's whack. Let me know that kid graduated high school. Let me know that kid graduated college. Let me know that kid got his master's or her master's. Let me know that kid got her doctorate or his doctorate. That's what I want to hear. That's what will move me. That's what will put a smile on my face. All that fake gangster Tony talk, that's whack. I'm living for my kids, and I'm living for kids all across the world. Put it like that. So I'm just trying to touch those, man. I'm just trying. But I can't do it without you guys. I need you guys to help me to get these messages across. And, we just take it from there. Good dialogue, brother. Good positive energy and good information. Very helpful and insightful. Brown, thank you, man. I salute you. Thank you. Oh, another thing before I go. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight on Wednesday. Because usually my show is every Tuesday, and it still is every Tuesday. It's every Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's just that I had a little emergency last night, so I couldn't air on Tuesday, so it was only fair that I had to come and do the show tonight. It was only fair. So next week I will be back Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But like I always say before I end my shows, if it's anything you want to talk about, anything you want me to discuss, hit me up for the email. And my email is as follows: actorjrichards@gmail.com. One thing, that's actorjrichards@gmail.com. So shoot me an email. Anything you talk about, just holler at me. We'll discuss it. Because like I said, I'm a black man and I'm a father and I got a voice and I'm going to let it be heard. And it is. That was a fantastic show. Keep it up. Thank you. Dunkley, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you all for tuning in. But I'm ending the show now because, I'm about 10 minutes over. Because, I do an hour. But I will catch you guys next Tuesday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you already know I'm going to bring that heat. I'm going to bring that message. And I'm going to bring that knowledge. Salute. And I'll catch you guys next week. Thank you.